Hi everyone, welcoming you to this channel. My name is Longole. In today's episode, we are handling how far we have moved with the disarmament exercise. And with us today, we have the PRO, Mount Moroto region, representing the police department. I would like to welcome him and then introduce himself briefly.
Thank you very much, Gadon. My name is Assistant Inspector of Police, Longole Micheal. I am the PRO for Mount Moroto region.
How far are we so far since the disarmament phase 2 began?
Thank you very much. The disarmament phase 2 started on the 19th of July 2021. And right now, what we are doing is we are doing phase 2 disarmament of the Karamoja warriors in our territory here in Karamoja. Yes. This phase 2 disarmament was requested by the Karamoja leaders. You saw in November. In November, there was a lot of murders here. Even here in Moroto municipality, murders were happening, people. Then the leaders could not watch it go like that. They had to intervene. They went and told the government that they have to do something for the government because the harms are now in people's hands again from the other 2001. The first disarmament. Yes.
So let's talk about the statistics of the firearms that are in the hands of the Karamoja. From the time the phase 2 disarmament began, how many so far have been recovered, and by what means, forceful or voluntary?
As I told you, we have begun the disarmament process, and of course there are two methods we are using concurrently in this disarmament. One of them is voluntary disarmament, and the other is cordon and search operations, where we go and cordon your place and we recover arms. Those are basically the two methods we are using, and we are moving concurrently with them. This other one of maybe harms being brought. If a warrior feels that he returns his gun, he can bring his gun, he can hand over to the LOCs of the area. We have also peace committees. They can, or LOC3, they can hand the gun to those people if they fear to bring it to the security. So they can hand to those people, and those people will bring to us with the details of the person who gave them the gun. We shall register, and we give that person a certificate of voluntary disarmament. We give the certificate, then these certificates later we give to OPM. They see what they can give those people who have voluntarily brought their arms. But those ones, we cordon and we search the place and we recover arms. Those ones we arrest them, we pass them through the formal court process until they are punished for having government guns. We are not only looking for guns, we are also looking for arrows. We are also looking for uniforms. You know, the people camouflage with the uniform. You see. Then they say the police have done something wrong, yet it is one of the members of the community or a warrior himself who has done that. Then they say the police have done this. So we are trying to recover all those arms, the government stores and arms. Yes.
So far, how many have we recovered from 19th of July up to today?
From the 19th of July up to today, we have recovered 10 arms, which have been handed to us voluntarily, and we have issued certificates to those people. 10. Then 3, we have also recovered 3 in a cordon and search operation, including one of the arms of the prisons. We have recovered We have recovered them and we have arrested the culprits. They're waiting to be taken to court. So which means we have 13 guns recovered from the 19.
Okay.
Yes.
So there is a disarmament exercise going on, and the Karamoja, I believe, are now aware that the government is coming forward. But still, raids are going on. What does that imply for the government?
The raids are going on, but it is not in a bigger term, in the bigger way, which they have been happening. You know, you have been in the municipality here, where there have been raids, even here at the municipality. Places were raided, including Kambisi, Kamsaichini, Katanga, even here in Natumpasco. Those areas were prone to raids. But now, you cannot hear within here, but the outskirts of the town, in those villages, we still hear that. But they are not succeeding, even in taking animals. I will give you the statistics of the animals which were recovered. It shows that these people, even if they are raiding, they are not succeeding because our forces were being deployed everywhere. The moment we get a report, we really try to do to ensure that we recover and bring back the wananchi.
So let's talk about the statistics of the animals so far that have been killed.
In our reports, official reports we have got, it is 648 cattle have been stolen this month, and 521 have been recovered. That one takes us to almost 90% of the recovery. So we still have about 121 animals which our personnel in us to are tracking, especially these cows which are stolen around the border of Kenya and Uganda. Those are the cows which I think enter Kenya. But we are communicating with our counterparts in Kenya, the security, to ensure that these cows, the 121 which we are looking for, are brought back to the rightful owners. Even in Teso, we impounded yesterday some cows. We suspected that these cows were being stolen. We brought them to the holding ground in Ulili. So far, we have some cows there, which we, anytime, from the community in the Karamoja, to go and identify their cows. Any of them can be identified.
You know, you have talked about Kenya and Uganda. A week ago, I was interacting with the PRO for the 3rd Division Infantry Command Center, and he talked about the source of guns being also Kenya. Now, how is the government going to handle the issue of the porous border, specifically the Kenya side?
We are going to tighten the border issue. You saw one time they have also the UNDP gave us the vehicle which is supposed to be at the border. Vehicle border monitoring. We have it in Moroto here. We have it in Amudat. We have another one in Kabong. Those vehicles were supposed to be at the border, but now we have enough security. The AS2 headquarters has been shifted to Moroto, which is the base of of raids. They have brought the AS2 headquarters here. We also want to thank the administration of the police for shifting the AS2 headquarters to Moroto. These people, we have now enough we can deploy. We ensure that the Turkanas don't bring their harms to our people here.
Currently, what is the holding capacity of the guns in Karamoja according to intelligence gathered in the police?
Nobody has done that base survey to see. It is just, we also learned that the guns have come back to these warriors. When we saw raids beginning in November last year, the raids intensified, and really we thought that the guns have come back, but it may not be many the way it was during the 2001 disarmament. But these are just few individuals who handle these guns. You know, one gun can terrorize the whole village. Like, you know, if you have 2 here in Moroto, you shall really feel that there is a lot of insecurity. Yeah.
So, when is the intense disarmament starting? This one is still voluntary, and yet people are losing lives, people are losing cows. You know, somehow it makes it look like government is taking this lightly. When is the intense kind of forceful disarmament coming on board?
We are doing that. I told you that we are running it concurrently. I have already told you that some process that in a cordon and such, apart from these other guns, which they are giving us in a voluntary way, there are these guns we have recovered through cordon and such. About 3 of them, I told you, to make with the other ones to make 13.
So in the whole region,
which
so
means
far,
we are doing it concurrently. Where we hear that there is a gun, we learn that you have a gun. Of course, we come for you. We cannot wait that we are waiting until another order comes. Check that way.
there was also this that there are already names of people that have guns. They are already registered. So how comes they have not yet been brought? If you're doing the cordon and such already.
No, our intelligence is on ground. We are putting the statistics. You know, when something starts, it starts in a gradual way, slowly. You continue increasing the speed slowly until it reaches the climax. Even when you are beginning a car, you have to begin with the lower gears going, and then you start speeding. So this is how we are starting. There will be a time when you will see that we can put an operation in Moroto, we can put an operation in Kabong, intensive in a park, in a Belatu. At the same time, we are still, we are still between the negotiation and bring your gun. You refuse to pick it. We are still engaging our gears. We shall reach the maximum.
Okay, so when you talked about people being given cards, in the phase 1 disarmament that began in 2001, the government used the same approach, and some people were told you're going to receive this and that. And actually some of them did not. Now, in this phase 2 disarmament, the same approach is being used. What guarantee is there that people are going to be given alternative sources of livelihoods?
Yeah, I think in the first disarmament there was maybe the record, their records was not. But this one, you bring a gun, we give you a certificate instantly, and we have a copy. If you are left out, or a person is not given anything, as will complain. You say, I have a certificate here. This is my certificate. I hand it over. The government promised us this, can give us this. The minister was there and talked of Karamoja affairs. The state minister was there some 3 days ago and was here for quite long. We went to Kabong, we went to Kochigo. He was here in Moroto. She really, some of the warriors handed the guns to her. We bring and give to the minister. Then the minister gives to us. I think you saw that. Yeah? That is what is happening. The minister is also involved. The leaders, they are also involved. The leaders will be able to tell us if there is anybody who has left at the camp. These people are their leaders.
Now, let's talk about people who have lost property in the process, mainly cows. The mandate of the government is to protect people and their property, and that is mainly to the UPDF, I know. But also the police is involved. Now, what happens to those people who lost their cows? Is there any form of compensation? Because it was supposed to be government to protect them.
But, I wanted to remind you that the quarrel of the police is to protect life and property. That is our mandate. It is not the mandate of the army. The army are just coming in because our numbers are very small, very thin on the ground. They are just a support. There is support because now these people are harmed, and some of them have guns which are we displayed the other day the guns we recovered from the warriors. We were showing the minister the work we have done as security. We showed them our guns. We even mentioned the names. This one is called this. This one is called this. These guns were displayed there. We call now our sister force. That's the UPDF. If they are not engaged, because their role is to keep security at the borders. We call them and say, sister forces, you have enough personnel, come and support us. Actually, as we talk, it is in this disarmament, the lead agency is the UPDF. The police, you know the role of the police. Our work is to search and ensure that we arrest people who are guilty, and the UPDF will make the outer plus the house to personnel. Yes.
So, as you say, it is the role of the police to protect people and property. People lost property.
Yes.
What form of compensation is going to be there for them? Mainly those who lost cows because they didn't have defense. They didn't have guns to fight back. They trusted the police and the army.
I gave you the statistic of our recoveries of cows. These cows, when we recover, we give to the rightful owners.
But what about
few.
Those?
There are few. I told you there are about 121 cows which have not been recovered. And for us as security, we don't guarantee that if we don't recover this, we shall give this, because we don't have the mandate. That is now the role of another arm of the government, which is the executive. Is the one which will give that. But for us, ours is to make sure that we recover what we have lost. But so far, we have kept a big number. The eyes have been closed because we have brought back the cows. We have brought back. Others are not here. We are still tracking others. When we get, we give them. Maybe the rest now who don't get. Maybe the government now will come in and give them another way forward.
Let's talk about human rights violation here. When you say there is going to be an intense disarmament approach as well,
Yes.
how are we going to observe human rights? Because in the past, we have experience of violence of the army when it comes to disarming the Karamoja. What is going to happen this time?
This operation will be guided by the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, the Anti-Torture Act. We also have the guidelines which the Inspector General of Police has issued to us on the use of force and firearms. We have the guidelines. It will be our pocketbook, which we shall be putting in the pocket and consult at any time to ensure that our operations are within the law. We don't violate human rights. We don't torture. It is one of the SOPs which has been discussed before this operation was launched. So the community should be rest assured that the people whose rights, you know when they arrest you, they are violating part of your right. Free movements, what we shall only use a reasonable force, which is if you are using a gun to resist arrest, we shall use something which is bigger a bit in order to subdue you, because you can't use the same force. You can be at the same. That's why they say use a reasonable force, which is a bit bigger than the force which the other person is using.
Okay.
It depends on which kind of force you are applying to us. Yeah.
So, in the process, if violation of human rights occurs, how do you brand that?
No, there are bodies whom we shall be working with. We shall have the Uganda Human Rights Commission is watching. UN Human Rights is also there. Everybody is there. All those stakeholders, we have put them that let's all be there. In case they have seen there is a violation, they can advise us and say, no, here you have gone astray. Here, reduce on this. That is it.
There are also concerns about the numbers of soldiers that they are always deploying in the communities of Karamoja. People are believing that the force is not enough. And you're saying they have deployed the AS2, or they have brought the headquarters here. So does that mean the number of soldiers or the police is going to be enough to handle this?
No, we cannot rule out being few. But for us as security, we feel that what we have, you should be proud of what you have. You don't just lag behind and say, yeah, no. Does it mean that if we don't have enough manpower, we don't go and act? We have to, as headquarters is planning to bring reinforcement, more people. We have to go with the little we have. And for us, we are ready to do this operation, and we shall succeed.
Maybe finally, what period of time do you think this is going to take and Karamoja will get clean?
We have given a grace period of 3 months. I think within this 3 months, we shall be able to see some security around, security coming back to Karamoja.
After the disarmament, are they going to withhold the soldiers that are deployed here, or are they going to maintain them here?
Because now, if I have told you that we have brought the AS2 headquarters to the engine of theft of cows, they have brought them to the engine that is in Moroto. That is the fulcrum of theft in Karamoja. It means they are here to stay. Because after the disarmament process, maybe the army will go now and do their quarrel, and the police will remain with the work of policing. We shall remain with policing only the area, because that is our work. The UPDF now can say, okay, police, I think now what is remaining, you can handle. We do. That is it.
Okay, thank you so much. Unless there is something you want the public to know about this main process.
Yeah, what I want the public to know is we need cooperation. This issue of Kimuke Kile, that covered a man, should not be in this operation. Otherwise, we shall fail. We want a full cooperation from the community. Our lines are open. They can tip us and say so and so as a guard. Yeah, we welcome all those things. You know, the leadership, the religious leaders, we should, as people go, they are going to open the churches. As people go to the churches, we shall also use the churches, use the pastors, to soften. When the missionaries came to Uganda, they used churches to soften the people, give information to the people. We shall use, when they open churches, we shall use this same approach to make sure we popularize this disarmament. People will come and bring guns to us. We have already got an achievement. We have seen in a small time that the guns are being brought in a voluntary way. That is good for us. That is what I can tell the community.
Okay, thank you so much. That was the PRO, Mr. Longole, representing the police in Mount Moroto region.